exciting. Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? In Hollywood. Yes, we're coming from the home of global entertainment, a television studio, and improvising tonight. We have first someone who's spent a long time in England, but is now back here where he belongs, at any rate according to the British Immigration Service, Greg Proops. Then a relative newcomer to the show from Los Angeles, Phil Lamar. Then an absolute old comer to the show, our favourite Scottish, Canadian, American superstar, Colin Mockery. And finally, our good old country boy, now scratching a living in these Beverly Hills, Ryan Stiles. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Okay. We're going to start with a game called Let's Make a Date. This is going to feature Greg Proops appearing on a dating program on the television, so popular in America and Britain. And the other three are his potential dates. But each of them has been given a strange characteristic they'll discover by looking on top of their stools. And Greg has to work out what characteristic has been allocated to each of them. So take it away, Greg Proops.
Contestant number 1. Hi.
Hello, it's really great to be here.
Wow, what a deep testosterone-laden voice you have.
If you think that's something, wait till you see what else I've got for you.
Sounds promising. Contestant number 2. Hi.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Everything's A-okay.
I like to go... Okay. Contestant number 3. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
You sound kind of harsh.
No, I'm not harsh. Let's just go. Let's go! Let's go! What are you waiting for? Come on!
Nothing. Number 1. I love history. What's your favorite part of history?
My favorite part of history is the Austro-Hungarian War, but that's a personal thing.
Okay, I'm sure there was lots of laughs.
You better believe it. Chuckles aplenty.
Contestant number 2. I like to shop. Do you mind shopping on a date?
We got a problem!
Contestant number 3.
What?
If we went somewhere and there was a long wait, how would you react?
Normally, I guess if they let me in, let you in, don't bother to wave. Mr. Nice Guy, let you in. Thanks for the wave, no problem. Where are you going? You going right? You going left?
Come on, Greg, it's make your mind up time.
Okay. Number 1 is Arnold Schwarzenegger or Hungarian...
Arnold Schwarzenegger is very good. Yes,
and number 2 is either an astronaut or taking one of those G tests.
astronaut, stick with astronaut, yes. And Ryan?
And number 3 is the guy I got caught behind on the freeway on the way over.
Yes, well done. That puts Greg into an unassailable half-point lead as we go on to the next game, which is called Animals. This is for Colin, Greg and Ryan, and they're acting out a little soap opera. Now, Colin, you're the father playing basketball with Ryan, who's your son. Ryan, the son, you're summoning up courage to tell your father about your gay lover, which is played by Greg. And this is called Animals, this game, because you're all animals. You're all penguins. Okay? It could happen, it must happen, somewhere down in Antarctica quite a lot. So away you go.
Good points. Thanks. What's the matter, son? You seem to have a lot in your mind. Oh. Nothing's wrong, Dad. It's just... Dad, I don't know how to tell you this.
What?
Hi, Ryan.
Hello.
I thought we were supposed to meet. Is this your dad?
Brad, I told you to come over 10 minutes from now. What are you doing here? Why?
I guess I'm a little early.
What's going on? Who are you? How do you know my son?
How do I know your son? Why, we kept each other warm all last winter. I mean...
No!
Yes.
All right, everyone, calm down. Let's just have some fish. How can you think about
I think he's upset. He doesn't understand.
It's unholy. So we're the same, Dad. I love him, he loves me. Can't you see it's the way it should be? Hey, I rhymed.
That's why I love him. Not only does he wear evening wear all the time, he's a poet.
I'm gonna kill myself. No, stay away from the heart seal. Oh, I wish I had longer arms.
So do I. You never told me your dad was such a distinguished emperor penguin.
Craig, there's something I have to tell you, too.
What's that?
That's no, I was getting to. That was getting all too spooky for words. I can't give you points for that. Let's go to a daytime talk show just to make it more tasteful. This is a game for all 4 contestants. Greg Proops will be playing the host of a daytime talk show. Colin and Ryan will be members of the public appearing on the show, talking about the next article issue. Phil, you're just in the audience, and you may well get involved from the audience, as often happens with those sort of shows. Okay, so which nursery rhyme could they be talking about? Hey diddle diddle. That's pretty good. So away you go. Greg Proops, Jerry Springer, whatever you are, take it away.
Hello, I'm Terracin Dink. And welcome to Hey Diddle Diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. We've got 2 people here today whose lives were gravely affected by cows jumping over the moon. Will you introduce yourself, please, our first guest?
I'm, Rand McNally.
Rand McNally. And you, sir?
I'm Hoss Periwinkle.
Hoss Periwinkle. I knew your cousin.
Oh, yeah.
The cow jumped over the moon. Now, Mr. McNally, isn't it true when the little boy laughed to see such sport that it affected you deeply?
Well, I don't believe children should be raised that way. I don't think they should be able to laugh whenever they want. It's not my way, and this beep, beep, over here is the guy.
What the hell is that? I was just sitting here not...
Look. We're not about that. We're all about love and sharing, and then at the end we'll throw some chairs. The dish ran away with the spoon, Mr. Periwinkle. The dish ran away.
I gave that dish the best years of my life.
Oh, come on. That spoon was up your nose half the time.
Hey. I'm not sure what to tell you. Emotions are running very, very high here today. It's a totally controversial topic. Now, if you'll please take your seats again, we've got someone in the crowd, I'm sure, who'd like to comment on this. Yes, you young man over in the corner.
Yeah. Terry. Let me see. Man, I don't understand why government spending money, sending cows up to the moon. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got dishes, we ain't got spoons right here on Earth, man. You know what I'm saying?
Excellent point. We ain't got that stuff on Earth. How does that affect you?
You don't know. You don't know me. You don't know him. You don't know. You don't know. Sit down.
Thank you, Casey. Sit down.
I am about to call for a big Teletubby hug here. Now, will everybody just please, we have one more question with someone in the audience. You, young man, you were sitting right next to the person who looked a lot like you.
Yeah. To be honest, Harrison, I have to tell the gentleman there in the green, you're out of line. You don't know what's happening. I'm in a relationship with a very lovely fork, and we share. We're open to each other. That's what you need to do. Come on! Wait a minute. Come on!
You don't know him, okay? He's a...
Oh, shut up!
At this time... You want to marry me?
Okay.
Okay, was in there. Thank you very much. Well done. Excellent. Yeah. All right. Okay, well, that was all too like the real thing. I think I'll give you 100 points there, Greg, and your own program from now on. Let's do a game called World's Worst. It's for all 4 contestants. They step forward to the World's Worst step and step forward again as they come up with examples of the world's worst ad for a body product. And I'll buzz when I get the idea of it.
Any body product?
Any body product.
New nipple away.
Find there's certain parts of your body you just can't reach to clean? Why not try midget in a can?
Do you have a big butt and you don't know what to do with it? Well, with this instant slipcover, you have a new piece of furniture.
How many times have you heard this? Mom, I'm covered with ocelot juice. Well, now you don't have to worry, because with Feline Away, brush away those unsightly lines.
Embarrassed by unsightly moles? Why not have fun? Why not turn it into profit with the new Scripto 500? Oh, look, it's a sailboat. Join the dots. Join the warts to make pictures on your body. It's a sailboat.
If you're like me, you're tired of having arms. They're always in the way.
I'm Clive Anderson. I used to have no neck. But now, with new neck insert, look!
Hello, I'm Clive Anderson. I used to have no hair, but look.
Having problems with hemorrhoids? Why not try our new hemorrhoid taxi? Fairfax and La Brea!
I think on grounds of taste, we'll stop it there. I'll work out the points while we do that. See you after this break. Bye. You caught me on the hop. I was throwing a bit of hands across the sea, but I was told not to. So now I've given 5 points each to that last game. And we're going to go on to a game called Props. They're divided into 2 pairs of 2 for this. Ryan and Colin, I'm going to give you this item. Or in fact, it comes apart, so it might be 2 items. And you've got as many different ways of using that as you can at the time available. While the other pairing of Greg and Phil come up with ideas for that. I'll buzz between the 2 pairings. Take it away over there, Colin and Ryan.
Cinderella, can you still hear me?
Captain's log. These are the voyages of the new Star Trek show. Listen to me, Charles. If you want to give the monarchy new life, you've got to spice it up.
Table for Atlas? Table for Atlas.
Come on, the ocean's perfectly safe. What can harm us? Promise me, Rose. Promise me you'll never let go. Promise me.
Do you know how fast you were going?
Gypsies, tramps and thieves.
You okay?
I ruined the whole party.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. That's enough props. Thank you. Okay, bring them back. Finest selection of props we've done this evening. Let's go on to Strange Bedfellows. This is a game for Greg, Phil and Ryan. You are 3 guys sharing an apartment. Or a sidewalk, as we say in England. And you...
Switch a lumber.
Yes. Now, Greg, you're going to be Woody Allen. Phil, you're going to be Jack Nicholson. And Ryan will enter in due course as John Wayne, announcing... You share an apartment. It's so obvious. It could happen. You're going to be announcing that something in the apartment has broken down. Take it away.
I'm not gonna tell you again. You keep your Asian hookers out of my room.
Perfect. I had to know she's not a hooker. She's a graduate of a very Tony East Coast University. She doesn't, and I'll. And you,
I hear you 2 through the wall at night, and she sounds like a hooker to me.
if I could interject with a point, the problem is there is no wall anymore. You're hearing right through the wall because there is no wall. You can go through it as if it were not there because, in essence, it isn't there anymore.
The damn elevator's stuck. I had to take the stairs again. Are you talking about the noise last night?
I don't want you two fighting again. You hear me?
No, there ain't gonna be a fight. I'm moving out of here, I tell you. It's nowhere near, is it?
In the ballpark.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's good value. That was the worst John Wayne impression. I think in a spirit of kindness for the three of you, I'm going to give the game to Colin because he at least didn't take part. Let's do a game called Moving People. This is for Colin and Ryan. They're just going to come on here and be moved around by volunteers from the studio audience. But I'm going to go find the volunteers in the audience now. I can select them. Oh, how enthusiastic! Can I take you? Because what's your name? Tarina, can you go and stand behind the improviser of your choice? No, I'm going to go from this section here because it's easy to film. What's your name?
Mary Lee.
Mary Lee, go and stand behind the other. So well done, Mary Lee. That's Mary Lee and Tarina. Now, the plot of this is you two improvisers are a couple asleep when the wife, Ryan, goes into labour. Now you have to put them in position. Can you put your improviser in a position? Move his arms around. Just put him in position. Yeah. Now they can only move when you move them. So you have to put them in a position, and they won't move otherwise as they try and develop this scene. Take it away.
Oh, what's the matter? Something's moving. What's the matter? Oh my God! The baby's coming. Oh, and my breasts are bouncing like crazy.
Okay, I'm coming over.
Come over
now.
and help me. Come over and help me.
You know I can't rush because of the bad heart.
I'll get up myself.
No, so here, let me help you.
Honey.
Hi, relax.
It's time. It's never going to come out.
It is. Don't forget, I'm a trained plumber.
What do you mean? We're going to have it right here at home?
I've read all the books. Let me just wash up.
You did this to me, you bastard.
Here, go. I'm just going over here to the sink to wash up.
Don't
worry, a part of me will stay behind to comfort you.
I wish I could help more.
Oh, no, I decided to...
I can't even look. It's my own baby, and I can't. Oh my God!
What? Oh,
The head's coming out.
don't forget washing. I'm going to go right for it.
Do something.
All right. Don't help me in any way. Just stay there.
I figure if I do this, it might help.
All right, here I go.
This way, when he comes out, I can just lay him right down on the floor.
Breathe.
I am breathing. That's how I'm staying alive.
Here I go.
Let me help push.
Oh, here I go. Push.
Okay, that's fine. That's about that. Well done. Thank you. Thank you, Tarina. Thank you, Tarina and Mary Lee. Thank you very much. Excellent. Well done, Tarina and Mary Lee. They go into a shock lead for being so good. We couldn't actually have the baby being born because we need another volunteer to make it move around. Okay, let's move on to Weird Newscasters. This is for all four contestants. Greg is going to be the anchorman of a news program. His co-anchor is Colin, and they have to sit on these stools. Unfortunately, Colin is somebody who's a stagecoach driver under attack, which might interfere with his delivery of the news. Phil, you're the sports reporter, but you're also Robin Williams. And Ryan, you're the weatherman, and you're a ventriloquist on the edge of a nervous breakdown. Take it away, Greg.
Good evening, I'm curved slightly. And this is the news. There's jelly beans raining in Tarzana.
It's quiet out there. Too quiet.
See your headline.
It's really quiet out.
Yes.
Here they come! Go!
Yes, it is awfully quiet. Well, let's throw it over to Phil with sports. We have got some hot playoff action coming up, do we not, Phil?
Oh, yeah, we got some hot playoff action, man. Let me tell you something. I mean, it's like, you have the teams over here. It's just like, the college teams are like, oh, we're going to be there. The back's on fire. I got you. Oh, we go back to fire. Well, back to you. Curve slightly.
Thank you, Phil. Well, I know who I'll be betting on. Well, that brings us to weather. And Ryan is next to the big board. It looks like El Nino has abated somewhat, huh? And we're in for some glorious days. Is that right, Ryan?
Actually, Greg, we've got about another 6 days of rain on the way. It's just stay indoors, do nothing. Your voices. Oh, maybe you're going a bit nuts.
Shut up, you bastard! I'll kill you! Why? Why did you let me go?
That's about all the time we have. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for Happy Talk and show business news. And until then, I'm Chris Slider. Good night.
Nadu, nadu.
Well, that's sadly the last game we're playing tonight, and total our points, I see the joint winners tonight are Ryan and Colin. So well done, Ryan and Colin. And the prize for winning is to read the credits in a style of my choosing, and what I want you to do is you're two cocky roller coaster riders who've underestimated the size of this one. Okay, that's what you have to do. Just remains me to thank Greg Proops, Phil Lamar, Colin Mockery, Ryan Stiles, and SB Club, and say good night. Good night.
It's going to be fun. You know what? Dan Patterson, Mark Levinson said this was the scariest roller coaster
What do
ever.
they know? They're just producers, for God's sake. Listen to the music of Philip Pope as we go. Oh my gosh, a little longer up than
It is kind of long. You know, John Hill, this is quite the John Hill. It goes
really?
right up and then
I wish I had a
over.
makeup designer to just dab up the sweat on my. Oh
Oh
my
my
God!
God! Get ready,
This is so exciting. Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? In Hollywood. Yes, we're coming from the home of global entertainment, a television studio, and improvising tonight. We have first someone who's been spent a long time in England, but is now back here where he belongs, at any rate according to the British Immigration Service, Greg Proops. Then a relative newcomer to the show from Los Angeles, Phil Lamar. Then an absolute old comer to the show, our favourite Scottish, Canadian, American superstar, Colin Mockery. And finally, our good old country boy now scratching a living in these Beverly Hills, Ryan Stiles. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Okay. Now, we're going to start with a game called Let's Make a Date. This is going to feature Greg Proops appearing on a dating program on the television, so popular in America and Britain. And the other three are his potential dates. But each of them has been given a strange characteristic, as they'll discover by looking on top of their stools. And Greg has to work out what characteristic has been allocated to each of them. So take it away, Greg Proops.
Contestant number 1. Hi.
Hello, it's really great to be here.
Wow, what a deep testosterone-laden voice you have.
If you think that's something, wait till you see what else I've got for you.
Sounds promising. Contestant number 2. Hi.
Hi.